Hello, I am VoiceOver AU, and welcome to tonight's horror show. Excellent, our levels are looking fantastic. We are almost at the end of Call of Cthulhu. We are in the final chapter. It was only because we'd gone, I think we went about half an hour over in the last stream that we didn't just push through to the end of things. But that image you can see on screen right now, that's what I'm hoping for. I'm hoping that we're going to see the big guy himself. I'm really curious to see how all of this falls out. So, we're here. Horror Show is all about playing horror games and talking about what we love about horror games, like what really floats our boat about them. What it is that we dig about horror games. And we've been doing some interesting stuff. Call of Cthulhu, we started playing because it had just released just before Halloween. And so now we're going to finish that off. And then we're going to start going back through games like Alien Isolation. Before we get started, I wanted to say a giant thank you to those of you who trust me with your audiences, those of you who auto-host me and help get my face out there to connect with more people. I love you for that. So a huge thank you to Ironside, to Slayer Lover Gaming, to Even Prime TV, to Everything Apocalypse, and Dubsack. I cannot thank you enough for that. Thank you so much for your generosity. Thank you to those of you who joined the family, who joined the fleet, who decided to lash your vessel to the great conglomerate, the growing conglomerate that is the fleet, during our last stream, which was actually which was Warframe, which is when we were playing Warframe, which was a blast. Which reminds me, I've set up a poll for what happens at the end of all of this. And I'm just going to add that as an option, because I won't lie. I know tonight's all about the horror, but I'm kind of itching to get back into that Warframe goodness. I have not touched it since we streamed it. It was a lot of fun. So I'm here because I love playing games, and I love talking about games. I love the conversations that happen with the amazing people who join me here on Twitch. It's what I love about doing this, because games for me are not only fun in and of themselves. I mean, games are enough. Games are wonderful in and of themselves, but they also are launch points to being able to dig into different things. So playing Fallout means that you can look at everything that surrounds Fallout, things like 1950s architectural design, industrialism. Playing horror games means that I do stuff like I go and read Stephen King's Danse Macabre, which, if you haven't seen it, or I should say if you haven't read it, it's an amazing book. It's his dissertation on what he thinks about horror. And name someone who you would trust more, opinion-wise, about what they think about horror than Stephen King. It's a wonderful book, and he's really humble throughout as well. And that was what actually introduced me first to Shirley Jackson's Haunting of Hill House, which has been adapted into a Netflix series, and if you haven't seen it, I can't recommend it enough. I just finished watching it last week, and I think the number of times that I just bawled watching it, it's quite high. I cried a lot. And I got scared a lot as well. There's some terrifying stuff in there. I'm just going to check something very quickly just to make sure that nothing's on fire. Is anything on fire? Nothing is on fire. Excellent. Alright, so let's get back into Call of Cthulhu. So what were we doing? That's right, we're at Alabaster Point. Things have gone off the deep end. We found Leviathan. We kind of passed out and woke up. So I think we're going to get to the hairy end of things pretty damn quickly. I'm interested to see what's going to happen here. Yeah, we found that there were... Now, there's an interesting thing going on here with the cultists, because the cultists, when we first saw them, had these really cool masks that had these illithid designs on them. But then when we were confronting Leviathan, like, in fact, at the point where we started going back to the whaling station, we were seeing illithid creatures. So squid-like tentacles, you can see on screen right now, that sort of thing's going on there. So we've gone way off the deep end. Hey, Dr. Koofy, how you doing? How's the stream treating you? Is everything looking nice and smooth on your end? I'm just going to drop my mic down just a little bit, because I think I'm just peeking. Nothing more than peeking. You're here for the pointy end of things. How has your week been treating you? What is the happy haps in your neck of the woods? I'm super proud too of the fact that I managed to actually find a way to get my friend on stream. You can see him just there, and I know at some point in time tonight that thing that is in the corner is going to slide down onto the floor with a big crash, and I am going to shit myself because it's going to happen at the worst possible moment. I'm glad to hear that everything's going well for you. That's fantastic. Or at least that the stream's behaving. How's your week been treating you? Oh, wow, that's huge. Man, what an energy. Like, that must be an amazing thing every year to sort of be around that, because it's such a, man, it's such a moment for them. It's such a dividing line in their lives. So to see that happen every year, like, that must be a real privilege. I know there's a lot of things that you've talked about in the past about working in schools that are frustrating, but that part of things has got to be a real privilege. Someone was ignoring the blinking thing saying enter madness. So yeah, you can see here, like, I'm starting to get, I've got some blur around looking at individual, like, simple objects here. Oh no, it's gone now. But I don't think our investigator here is a well person by this point. Actually, that reminds me. Let's have a look at our character. Let's just rehash. Where are we at, character progression-wise? Oh, we can't. There's no character menu now. I can't bring up a character menu. Like, this is it, folks. We're at the pointy end. Edward's not a...
Reality as you know it stops.
Shit.
None of this makes sense.
Go.
Oh.
She is waiting.
I really don't trust a voice that is called Truth. BG Dubs. Yeah, tears and relief and excitement. That sounds like a really appropriate mix.
What have they done to me?
Yeah, there we go. There's that blur around objects every now and then.
Come on.
Oh! Mr. Pierce. I was expecting you. Fuller. You died in front of my eyes.
Don't jump to conclusions. Is there not the tiniest spark of a scientific mind inside of that detective skull of yours?
What abject substance did you use to turn her into an empty shell?
Abject substance. The serum extracted from Leviathan's oil bestows the power of life. To me, my body is nothing but the mortal vessel of my conscience. To you, it contains more answers and secrets than your insignificant mind can grasp.
So let me know if you're hearing any pops or crackles in the background there too. It should only be on my end from...
We stand up and yet here you are. You never give up.
That is not you. Not anymore. Not since your
Yeah.
disappearance on the docks.
Detective. So easy to fool you. So eager
Fantastic.
to rush
Thank
to the
you.
rescue of a woman in distress.
You won't make me regret having tried to save people. I did what I could. Even for Colden.
Your efforts to change your destiny, although in vain, make you worthy of the fate that is yours. The day has come. You will be asked to choose.
Yeah, that cloud effect is wonderful. I love the suggestion of that massive shape in the background of it too. It reminds me of, it's one of the best parts of Hellboy when you see the sequence where he sees basically hell breaking loose on Earth. Hey there, Charles. How you doing? It's Charles Dawkins, Sarah's husband. Hawkins.
Everything from me. Wife. Life. Destiny. You forsook your right to a normal life the moment you chose power over humanity. No one wants to see such an unbearable sight.
You don't have the slightest idea of what you speak, of what I've been through. I have sacrificed my life to the one who sleeps. My marriage, my family, my own flesh. Why didn't Sarah choose me? Why is it your damn face on her painting?
'Cause, honey, you got real ugly. Oh. It's Studley Edward. With considerable scarring there.
But you already know it. I can see that you will make the right choice.
I don't know. I don't know.
Your fear of the unknown and your stupid pride cloud your judgment. Quit lying to yourself and embrace your destiny. It's not cowering that brought you those medals.
You can see that we're...
None of this is real. Trust your guts.
If nothing's real, what are you?
I am a projection of your mind. What remains of that instinct that pulled you out of the trenches. Don't listen to them. They're too dangerous for your tired mind.
Oh, okay. Truth versus reality, because in Lovecraftian horror, truth is beyond reality. That makes sense. It's more interesting angels and demons to have on your shoulder than... Oh, look at that! Look at that! It's parting to see the stars. Alrighty, up we go. You can see we're starting to get closer to the end of things too, with the number of tiny mismatches between the dialogue, the written dialogue, and what's being spoken. You know, end content gets less time to polish in a game. So, I mean, that's my theory.
It's right there.
I'm almost there.
That's so good. That's so good. Truth in the stars. Cosmic horror, baby. Here we come. We're heading on up for cosmic horror. Alright. Oh. We are awaited, I guess. Game saved. Hey, Ozdeck, how you doing? Hi, everyone. Yeah, I'm going to be curious to see what kind of ending we get too. Because we've had all those choices throughout the game that have supposedly have affected our destiny and affect like what achievements pop, but it's been hard to get a feeling for which direction we're headed in.
Here you are at last, Truth Seeker.
She was waiting for you.
You were waiting for me.
Yes. When I finally discovered the truth, I knew you would come. All this time I was fighting it, afraid of what I might discover. But I was afraid of myself.
It's coming.
What did you learn?
That's fantastic. Hang on, the same fancy dress for the
Listen
party.
to me,
What was this?
Edward
What was the
Pierce.
costume they chose?
As I will deliver the truth.
Oh, this feels like the big choices now. Listen to me, Edward. I will deliver the truth. Oh, what do you want to do? You were lost? Oh, see, if I was better at occultism, I would know that she's off the map. I tell you what. I reckon we go down the rabbit hole. I reckon we don't refute. I reckon we just keep on digging. Man.
I have seen things. Strange and horrifying, but always
Choosing truth.
true.
Will you trust my words?
Oh! I'm an
One
idiot.
man,
I thought you were
one
talking
man
about
only
Halloween.
prepared by the trials and revelations holds the power to change
I'm a
the
Muppet.
world. Because I saw you in the dreams I share with my God. I recognize you for what you are, a truth seeker. One of the rare humans who is able to perceive fragments of
I want
his
Cthulhu.
mind.
I want a manifestation.
Yes, yes.
I feel the truth in your words.
Because it was written. Or, as I like to see it, painted on the canvas of fate.
Yeah, it's embarrassing when everyone turns up to the ceremony with the same dress. Oh. Things end poorly for you, Algernon. But channing's what you do. Oh, I remember that dagger. Brought to you by the Fuck That Dagger segment of the game. Oh, that's great. I love the... there's a sense of vertigo just looking at that. Doop, 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 doop. See you, Algernon. What are we doing, Amber? I decided to save humanity at the last minute.
That had to hurt.
Yeah, I balked, folks. I balked. Decided it was better to save the world. And it looks like pay the ultimate price. Oh. Oh wow. That's it. That's the ending. Wow. It's like 20 minutes in. It wasn't long. It wasn't long away from there. So that's our ending. I don't know if it's going to tell us more about the game. I'm just going to leave those credits roll just so we get them on stream. Now, folks, I do have a poll. While this is running, we'll give this 3 minutes. Alright. So I've got some options. Stay through the credits. Hey Damien Wise, I'm so sorry. I didn't realize how close we were to the end. Yeah, we're gonna stay through the credits for the after credits scene. I think that's when Cthulhu joins the Avengers, when Samuel L. Jackson turns up. I've just popped a poll on. It should be visible to you folks now. Chatbot should have popped it over there. Hopefully. But there's some options that are available for what we're going to do for the next game, because that's like 20 minutes in. 20 minutes. I'm open to suggestions around what people want to do next. But yeah, that's Call of Cthulhu. That's it. We were not far off at all. Let me know if that poll doesn't... Let me know if you can see, rather, that poll as well, because it's telling me in chatbot that it started, so it should have presented the option to you. I would hope. But yeah, there's a few games that I was thinking of playing. I love that. Love that song, by the way. So, to my shame, I've never played through Limbo, and Limbo is a lovely, chill, but very atmospheric platformer. So there's that. There's Oxenfree, which is like a graphic adventure. It's a point-and-click adventure which deals with horror. It's a bunch of teens on an island. I've played through the start of that before. It's got some really great vocal performances in there. It's got a really strong cast. So that could be one way to go. Mocap Lab. Oh, so they did mocap for this. That's interesting. That's really interesting that they did that. There you go. There's Damsel, which is an option. I mean, that's always a possibility. I had a little bit of a play of that earlier, and it wasn't quite what I thought it would be. Can I reload and play the other option? I probably could, yeah. Let's do that. Let's do that next. Let's do, like, the Wayne's World endings. Now it's time for the Scooby-Doo ending. That was a terrible Wayne, but I haven't watched that in ages. Here we go. This is us.
We doubled the dosage, as you asked us to, Doctor.
Good, thank you.
Oh, so this is the real ending. Yeah, apparently the three options are fight Destiny, fuck Destiny, or marry Destiny. It's the quality humor that you tune in for. Alright, let's do it. Let's go back. Let's go back and do it again. Load game. Alabaster Point. Let's stay the course. See, it feels like... Now, this is the interesting thing here. It feels like it's telling us that, oh, okay, that poll mustn't have come through then. Because it hasn't... Yeah, I'm not seeing it in chat. Oh, that's interesting. I've never played with polls with chatbot before. But that was up for 3 minutes. And it should have... Cost per vote, 0. Yeah, it should have popped something into stream. That's cool. Yeah, okay. Okay, so while it's loading, options for games to play. Limbo, chill, atmospheric, dark platformer, Oxenfree, teen horror, point and click, Damsel, which is a horror action platformer. No, it's a problem with old Numpty here. It's me! I'm the problem. Or Warframe, non-horror, shooty MMO. Alright, so those are the options I was considering. If folks want to push in a direction, we can absolutely do that. I'm kind of bummed that I uninstalled Until Dawn, because that'll be a great sort of party game version of things to play. But I'm not going to gin around and try and get it installed during the session. I will actually pop that back on. I'll get rid of God of War and I'll pop that back on for future sessions. But yeah, I didn't want to go back into one of our mainstays of horror, either Evil Within or Alien Isolation, because I wasn't sure how long this would take. All right. Oh, sweet! It's at the juncture. As Ozdeck says, isn't it embarrassing when you all turn up with the same outfit? Oh my god. That's so embarrassing. Alright, let's do it. Let's do it. Feels like we've got a juncture there where they could have gone for like some really good choreographed dancing too.
You have to get closer to the void.
The book. It's a
Here
trap.
you are at last, Truth Seeker.
She was waiting for you.
You were waiting for me.
Yes. When I finally discovered the truth, I knew you would come. All this time I was fighting it, afraid of what I might discover. But I was afraid of myself.
It's coming.
He said,
What did you learn?
Listen to me, Edward Pierce, as I will deliver the truth.
So I guess there'd be a real satisfaction here. Obviously, you can go back through and replay this, and there's places I haven't dug into. There'd be a real satisfaction in being able to sort of turn up to the ritual and go, actually, you're not a good cultist. I'm the better cultist. That would be cool. Like, just being able to go, Real sense of superiority there. Alright, let's dig. Let's dig, folks.
I have seen things. Strange and horrifying, but always true.
Will you trust my words?
Yes.
One man only prepared by the trials and revelations, holds the power to change the world. Because I saw you in the dreams I share with my God. I recognize you for what you are, a truth seeker. One of the rare humans who is able to perceive fragments of his mind.
Yes, yes.
I feel the truth in your words.
Because it was written. Or, as I like to see it, painted on the canvas of fate.
Pierce, help me!
See, for all we know, what they're chanting could be the cultist equivalent of fight, 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 fight. They'll be Australian cultists. Get a horrible, unknowable truth up ya. Shouldn't make those jokes, because I always cringe when that's the comedy that people go for when they present something as Australian. See, I love that. I love that image. It's cool. Like, it feels like it feels like they've created something that looks like it's trying to look three-dimensional while it's two-dimensional at the same time. Which, given everything that's going on. I gotta say, I got a man crush on how Edward looks at this point in time. Like, he could have walked out of the film clip for The Perfect Drug with some minor fashion modifications. Just that completely, like, wrung out, haunted... You know, this could be a dude who has an opiate addiction. You are the perfect drug, the perfect drug. A little bit of Doctor Strange going on there with the pop collar. Edward, you've been working out. Edward swole. Yeah, exactly. Do you even lift your comprehension of the cosmos, bro? Yes! Yes! Alright, those credits are pretty quick. So yeah, so while the credits are playing again... Oh man, that's awesome! That's what I was hoping for from the hero image for the art, like for the game, that we would get basically the big guy showing up. Like that's end of the world stuff there. Yes! So while the credits are rolling, folks, let me know if you have any preference from the options that we have going on there. From the games that I was thinking of, basically, that we can kick on to next. It's interesting though, because it feels like, I think we were talking this through before the post-credit scene came up. Like, it feels like that's the choice that matters, the one that I make there. There's a lot of other stuff where it says, this will affect your destiny, rah rah rah. And does it? I'd be interested to read up on that. Like, I might go and do that sort of before next week's horror stream and just see, like, you know, what's going on there. Because that feels like the penultimate choice. It's like, summon Cthulhu, don't summon Cthulhu. I wonder if there are any other things that make a difference. Thanks so much for popping in, Ozdek. I'm so glad that you got to be here for the culmination of all of that. Very much appreciated. Okay, so there are 4 endings. There you go. Okay, so there are choices that I've made then that have narrowed down what I can do to those 2 endings. So that's interesting to know. It's interesting to know. I'm definitely going to follow that up. There we go, cast. Don't recognize any of the names there. I'm guessing that's because they're probably Hollywood actors as opposed to traditional voice actors. Oh, that's true. That's an ending I don't get. Yeah, I'd be really curious about that. Kevin didn't do the work to be able to earn that one. Wah wah. Okay, everyone's gone insane. But Edward presumably is literally above all of this. Ho 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 ho! Is he just the most violent of all of them? Is he kind of at the top of the wave, or is he immune to it? Yeah, thought that might have been who he was braining once they switched to her POV. The Call of Cthulhu. It's almost like a Scarface thing going on there. First you get the money. That's terrible, but... Alright. Let's go have a look at our trophies.
Thanks for watching. Be sure to like, subscribe, check out some of our other videos, and for live content, come join me on Twitch.